Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is week 2, day 1. My run is finished. I forgot to GoPro at home. It was one of the mornings where I woke up to the alarm and not before the alarm, which I usually wake up before the alarm. Woke up to the alarm and I felt kind of rushed and I forgot the GoPro. So I'm on the phone and I'm on my 5-minute cool down home, which the run is over, but I like an little extra time to enjoy the weather. Nice weather out. I'm not sure what the weather is because my watch is still going for my workout, but it's probably 50 some degrees, maybe 60. Beautiful out. Today's run was okay. It was a little rough. And I have a tight calf muscle, and it's always giving me problems every time I run. And so that was giving me problems today, but I'll explain what I did to kind of remedy that, so I could continue my training. So we'll get to that in a little bit. All right, so today's run was good. Physically, I'm feeling well. Internally, breathing, heart, lungs, internally I feel good. And running is good for you in that sense. Internally, even mentally, you'll feel amazing. Outward, physically, muscles, joints, things like that, running will take its toll on that if you're not careful. And that's what I didn't pay attention to when I ran years ago. I just pushed. I didn't listen to my body. And your body will communicate with you. Your body will tell you when you're pushing too far. And you got to know how to listen to your body and your aches and pains and your discomfort. This morning on my run, as I said before, I've always had a tight calf muscle. I knew it wasn't a tendon issue because normally tendons, if you have tight tendons, which I do, and that's what causes the plantar fasciitis, the tight tendons down my calf into my arch of my feet get very tight, but when tendons warm up, they loosen up. So I never feel foot pain when I'm running in that sense. Because my tendons are warmed up and loose, and my feet feel really good when I run. It's when those tendons cool down and tighten back up again that you kind of feel the foot pain, and then I do exercises with a ball on the arch of my foot to try to relieve some of that. But this morning was a muscle. When I ran years ago, I always, on my right calf, always had a problem with that, and I have to wear a compression sleeve, and that really helps. That really helps kind of keep the muscle from wanting to get worse, to tear or something like that. But I felt the pain in my calf, and I knew that I had to do something or stop the training. So right when I felt it, and the only reason I did this is because I know this from previous running. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have been like, well, should I stop? It's just a little bit of pain, or should I keep going? And this time I was like, well, I know that's a previous problem. So I paused my training. I was over by a school. I went over to the bleachers. I put my leg up on the bleachers and I stretched my calf out and I rubbed the muscle, and I just took a bit of a break to give that some time to rest, and I kind of rubbed the calf and stretched it out and tried to get that muscle loosened up as much as possible, and it worked. And so when I started my training again, I took off running. My calf felt fine, and I mean a little discomfort, but not like it was starting to do. It was starting to really bother me, and so I got my calf sorted out, and I was able to finish my training, and it went fine. A good run overall. I did 5-minute warm-up, which is very important. Always do a warm-up. Just a 5-minute brisk walk to get your leg muscles, your tendons, everything nice and warmed up before you take off. Don't just shoot out the door and start running. You don't really want to put that much strain on cold muscles, not warmed up muscles or tendons or anything. You definitely want to warm up. But it was a 5-minute warm up. It was 3-minute run, 2-minute walk times 4, and then the 5-minute cool down. But so listening to your body is huge, and knowing when it's a little discomfort or it's something that you have to really pay attention to, and figuring that out. And that takes time. It takes time to figure out what your body's telling you, or what's gonna bother you. And I think every runner probably deals with something. Every runner probably deals with an issue of some sort that they always have in the back of their mind, and they always know that, okay, if this starts to bother me, I know that this is something I need to pay attention to. And it's just figuring out your body and figuring out when your body's telling you to hold on a minute. And again, that's something I didn't know when I first started running, and that's something I really didn't pay attention to. And when my body was trying to give me signals, I didn't really listen. And then I ended up with injuries that took me out of running for quite a long time. Now I'm aware, and so being aware, and if it's just you got a little tinge in your foot, or a little tinge in your heel, or your toe hurts. I mean, those are things that maybe, okay, you can work through that. But if it's muscle related, and you feel something pulling a little too tight, back off, because you don't want to take yourself out of the game. You don't want to have to lay off training for a while, and that's absolutely what I did not want to do. And so now I will get a compression sleeve today. I can't find my old ones. I'm going to buy one today. I'm going to wear that, and I'm going to wear it on every run, just so I can kind of keep things where they need to be in my calf and not pull any muscles, and keep training and keep losing weight and keep feeling amazing. So remember, listen to your body. And I know that's going to be hard to do, and it was very much hard to do for me too, because I didn't know if it was like, okay, I mean, I knew if I had a blister on my foot or something, okay, that's whatever. But I didn't know if it was like muscle pain, what that could turn into. And I didn't pay attention to that. And you're going to have joint pain, you're going to have things like that. But if it's a pain that just won't go away, or if it's a pain that's making you limp while you run or something like that, pause your training, do a little stretching, and see what happens. And if it's still doing that, then you're done. You're done. Go home, rest, and if you have to even see a doctor about it, do that as well. Make sure you didn't do any damage to muscles or tendons or things along that lines. So learn to listen to your body, and pay attention to what your body's trying to tell you. And that, I know that takes time to figure out, but as you go. But just keep it in the back of your mind. I don't want you injured. I don't want you hurt. I want you to be able to keep doing what you're doing, and keep feeling good about yourself, and keep losing the weight, and keep gaining. Because all running does is you gain confidence, and you gain happiness, and you gain clarity, and then you lose because you lose weight, and to me that's very important right now. Is I really want to get this weight off, because then it's going to make my training go a lot smoother, a lot easier, and less strain on my body. Running heavy is hard, but as that goes away, it's less strain on joints, less strain on your body, less strain on muscles, and that's good. That's why when you see runners, they're very, very. You can tell a runner when you see a runner. If they're just in the supermarket, you can look at somebody and be like, that dude runs. They just got a certain body type. I'm not going for that body type, because I'm 6'5", and when I've got that body type, I look way too thin. I just want to get into shape, and I love running. I really do. It feels good, and it makes me happy. And to be out there in the cool mornings and listening to birds, and I just love it. I just love it. All right, that was today's run. It is week 2, day 1, and things are going okay. Things are going okay. And from what I understand, I talked to my daughter this morning, and she did a run as well, and her pace is actually pretty good for just being a beginner runner. She blows me away. She's doing fantastic, and I'm proud of her. And so that's awesome. And it's awesome that we got this to share with one another. And I think it's great. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one.